The New South Wales government is introducing age restrictions on e-bike riders. The Minns government is recommending a legal minimum age between 12 and 16. Under current road rules, a child of any age, though, can ride an e-bike. Joining me live now is Transport for New South Wales Secretary Josh Murray. Josh, thanks so much for your time. It's a bit of a quirk in the system as well, because we've all seen how powerful these e-bikes are, and we all see much younger children riding them. So where do you think we land on this? What is the best age?
Laura, I think what we're seeing here is just the attempt to narrow down what we need to go after in terms of compliance. Obviously, if we're setting some age standards around who can actually take to these e-bikes, then we get an easier job for police and other authorities when they're out on the streets looking at some of these big groups of riders. We all want kids to ride bikes. Every parent out there is sort of working their way through a kid's childhood, wanting to get them onto a bike safely and securely. But there is no reason for young children to be taking to high-powered e-bikes, as we have seen in some of these cases. So that'll be one of the first steps, is to put in place a minimum age.
Okay, the minimum age, wherever that lands, it doesn't kind of get around the fact that a lot of these e-bikes are super powerful. Yes, they have limiters on them of about 25 k's or 30 k's an hour, but they are quite easy to bump up. Is there a way of getting around that, or is it just down to individual police checks?
So that's one of the other steps that we've recently announced, and that is a move back to the European standard. That European standard was in place until about 5 years ago, when it was deregulated and the market was opened up. So by reinstituting the European standard, it ensures that the bike power cuts out. It ensures that it can't be driven on throttle only. You have to be pedaling. And it also ensures that there is the manufacturer's guarantee that it has been made with an anti-tampering mechanism. What we have seen is some of these bikes that have made it into the market are very easy to change the power output, even if they say that they meet the standards. You can go online, you can check YouTube. Some of the bikes are even sold with the instructions going alongside them. What we're doing is getting rid of that. If we get back to a European standard, then a bike going to market legally in New South Wales will not be tamperable.
But how do you get rid of that? Because there's so many of these bikes that are already in the market.
What we see is there is probably bikes in three segments right now. Bikes that are 250 watts, they're legal and they will stay legal. Bikes that are 500 watts in New South Wales only, they are currently legal, but they will be made illegal. And then bikes that are above 500, which we're seeing a lot of in those issues that were just shown on your screen moments ago, we believe that they have been the ones that have become more commonplace in some of these issues. Now, they are currently illegal and they will stay illegal. So all these other measures, seizure powers by police, roadside checks, age restrictions, will help us get those bikes off the road faster.
Okay, so there's also, some of these bikes are being seized, of course. But what about other things like the way e-bikes are allowed to use the road and use the footpaths? Do you see any need to change some of those rules?
We have made some changes there. We had a parliamentary inquiry here in New South Wales. Our colleagues in Queensland are going through one just at the moment. We have instituted a number of rule changes for shared paths, speed limits around e-bikes, the use of these devices. But we have to rapidly move the laws into accord with what's now being seen and available through this emerging technology. The growth in these bikes means we've now got around 1 million devices in New South Wales out there, and that is a big change from where we were only a few short years ago.